Okay, so we have here exercise 19. So George A. Marjan Lumber Company handles 3 principal lines of merchandise with these various rates of gross profit on cost. On August 18th, a fire destroyed the office, lumber shed, and a considerable portion of lumber stacked in the yard. To file a report for insurance purposes, the companies must know what inventories were immediately preceding the fire. No detail or perpetual inventory records of any kind were maintained. The only pertinent information you're able to obtain are the following facts from the general ledger, which was kept in a fireproof vault and thus escaped destruction. So we've got over here, we've got lumber, millwork, hardware. So let's go through and take a look at this. So the way we want to do this is basically figure out what our goods available for sale are, which is going to be our beginning inventory, plus our purchases. So we've got lumber, millwork, and then hardware. So our goods available for sale. So now that I've determined my goods available for sale, I need to figure out what did I actually go through and sell. Okay, so over here, my sales revenue was of lumber, millwork, and hardware. Okay, so here's what I sold. Okay, and so now what I need to figure out was sales revenue minus my cost of goods sold gives me my gross profit. And what it tells us here is it says that the gross profit on cost is going to be, for lumber, it's 0.25, millwork, it's 30, and hardware, and it's going to be 40%. So if I go through here and I call this X, Y, and then Z, if it's a gross profit on cost, then this is going to be 0.25X. This is going to be 0.3Y. And then this is going to be 0.4Z. So looking at each one of these, this would be for the lumber. So I'm going to get 2,080,000 minus X equals 0.25 of X. Adding X to the other side, I'm going to get 2,080,000 equals 1.25X. And so X is going to be equal to 1,664,000. Okay, so if I go through and I plug this in, and I subtract this out, this is 416,000. So does this here equal, so if this 1,664,000 times 0.25 equals 416. So what I'm always doing here is I want to take this 25% or 30 or 40 and multiply it by the cost of goods sold to make sure I got the right amount. Okay, so my millwork, this is going to be 533 minus Y equals 0.3Y. So this is going to be 533,000 equals 1.3Y. So this is going to be 533,000 divided by 1.3, or 410,000. So when I put this value in here, I get 123,000. So if I subtract, if I take 410, multiply it by 0.3, I get 123, so I'm good to go there. Lastly, for the hardware, This is going to be 210,000 minus z equals 0.4z. So this is going to be 210,000 equals 1.4z. So z is going to be equal to 150,000. So if I take 150, I multiply that by 0.4, I get 60,000. Okay. So what I do now is I subtract out my cost of goods sold. My cost of goods sold is going to be right over here. The values that I just computed here. So my ending inventory, or the amount of my loss by fire, my ending inventory, AKA are also known as inventory amounts lost by fire, is going to be 86, 55, and then another 55,000. Let's just go through, and this is exercise 9-18, and that is, looks like we're correct. So that is it. So I want to thank all of you for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great one.